All right, so we're diving deep into the world of dredge operators, getting ready for that interview
Yeah,
that could land you a career shaping the underwater landscape.
exactly.
And we've got your intel package right here from RoleCatcher, and we're going to break it down.
Yeah.
So you can walk in there feeling like a seasoned pro.
It's not just about knowing how to operate a dredge. It's about understanding the nuances of the industry
Right.
and showcasing the skills that make you stand out from the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
And that's really where RoleCatcher's AI comes in.
Okay.
It doesn't just analyze job descriptions, it actually helps you tailor your application and even your interview responses to highlight those key strengths that make you the ideal candidate.
So it's like having a personalized prep team
Exactly.
in your corner, constantly analyzing and refining your approach
Yeah.
based on the specific role you're targeting.
Exactly. And it uses video analysis to give you feedback on your delivery, your body language, even your tone of voice. It's all about maximizing your impact and making sure you're putting your best foot forward.
Okay, so you've got your AI coach, you've got your intel from RoleCatcher's career and interview guides,
Yeah,
and you've got us here to walk you through it all.
absolutely.
Let's start by tackling some of those common interview questions. What's the first one we should unpack?
Well, the classic opener is describe your experience operating dredging equipment.
Okay.
They want to know you can handle the heavy machinery,
Right.
but you need to go beyond just listing what you've used.
So it's not enough to say, I've operated a cutter suction dredge.
Right.
What kind of detail are we looking for here?
Think about specific projects where you faced unique challenges.
Okay.
Maybe you had to adjust your dredging technique due to unexpected soil conditions or navigate difficult currents.
Okay.
This is where you showcase your problem-solving skills and your ability to adapt on the fly.
So if I had experience operating a clamshell dredge on a project to deepen a harbor, I might talk about how we encountered unexpectedly hard rock formations.
Right.
And I had to modify the digging depth and bucket angle to maintain efficiency and minimize wear and tear on the equipment.
That's a great example.
Okay.
You're not just stating facts. You're telling a story that highlights your expertise
Right.
and your ability to think critically under pressure.
Okay.
Now, a potential follow-up question could be,
Okay.
what safety precautions did you take while operating that dredge?
Oh, yeah. Safety's paramount in this industry.
Absolutely.
So I'd be ready to discuss my pre-operation checks, reviewing safety protocols with the crew,
Yeah.
and always being vigilant about weather conditions. And if I had any specific safety training or certifications, I'd definitely mention those as well.
Absolutely. It demonstrates your commitment to maintaining a safe working environment,
Right.
which is a top priority for any employer.
Okay.
And here's where RoleCatcher's AI can really help you refine your responses.
Okay.
It will analyze your answers, suggest improvements, ensuring you're hitting all the key points,
Okay.
and presenting yourself as a safety-conscious professional.
Okay, that's a solid start. Let's move on to question number 2.
Okay.
What's next on the list?
This one focuses on efficiency.
Okay.
How do you ensure that the dredging process is carried out in a safe and efficient manner?
Okay.
It's about showcasing your ability to get the job done right without cutting corners.
So they're looking for someone who understands the importance of both speed and precision, but always with safety top of mind.
Exactly. Highlight your knowledge of best practices.
Okay.
And regulations. Talk about how you plan your work, monitor progress, and communicate effectively with your team.
So I might mention things like conducting daily equipment inspections, using project management software to track progress and stay on schedule, and always being proactive in identifying potential hazards.
Those are great points. And a potential follow-up question could be, can you describe a time when you had to stop a dredging operation due to a safety concern?
Okay.
What steps did you take?
Ooh.
This is where you demonstrate your decision-making skills and your commitment to safety, even under pressure.
All right, let's move on to question number 3. What's next?
This one dives into the specifics of the materials you'll be working with.
Okay.
Can you describe your experience working with different types of dredging materials?
Right.
They want to know you can handle more than just plain old sand.
We're talking about rock, clay, silt,
Yeah,
even debris. Each material behaves differently during dredging
absolutely.
and requires a different approach.
Exactly. And this is where you can showcase your technical knowledge.
Okay.
For instance, if you've worked with clay, you could discuss its high viscosity and the challenges of transporting it through pipelines.
Right.
Or if you've dredged rock, you could talk about how you adjusted the cutter head speed and pressure to prevent damage.
So if I had experience using a cutter suction dredge for removing sand and silt, I'd explain how I adjusted the suction head and pump speed based on the material density and flow characteristics to ensure efficient removal without overloading the system.
Perfect. And don't be afraid to use technical terminology here.
Oh, okay.
It shows you understand the complexities of dredging different materials and how to adapt your approach accordingly.
Right.
A good follow-up question could be,
okay,
what adjustments did you have to make to the dredging equipment or process based on the type of material you were dredging?
Okay, this is starting to feel like a real interview.
Let's tackle question 4.
All right. This one's all about environmental responsibility.
Okay.
How do you ensure that the dredging process does not harm the environment?
Right.
It's not just about getting the job done, it's about doing it sustainably.
This is a big one, especially with growing concerns about protecting our waterways.
Absolutely.
So I'd be ready to discuss my knowledge of environmental regulations and best practices. Right. Talk about your experience using techniques like turbidity curtains to minimize sediment plumes and contain the dredging area. Explain how you properly dispose of dredged material and monitor water quality before, during, and after operations.
So I can mention that I always check for endangered species or sensitive habitats before dredging, and that I'm familiar with the permitting process required to ensure compliance with environmental regulations.
Excellent. And a potential follow-up question might be, describe a situation where you had to modify a dredging plan to minimize environmental impact.
Okay.
What were the challenges and how did you overcome them?
This is where I'd highlight my problem-solving skills and my ability to adapt to unforeseen challenges.
Absolutely.
While still prioritizing environmental protection.
Exactly. And remember, RoleCatcher has specific skill guides that can help you delve deeper into topics like collect samples or work ergonomically.
Okay.
These can really enhance your understanding and provide valuable talking points for your interview.
Okay. On to question 5. What's next?
This one goes back to the equipment.
Okay.
Can you explain your experience with maintaining dredging equipment?
Okay.
They want to know you're not just a skilled operator, but also someone who understands the importance of keeping those machines running smoothly.
So mechanical aptitude is key here.
Absolutely.
I'd be ready to discuss my experience with routine maintenance tasks like lubrication inspections and basic repairs.
Right, and don't be afraid to get specific.
Okay.
Mention the types of engines, hydraulic systems, and pumps you're familiar with. If you've ever had to troubleshoot a problem or perform an emergency repair, that's a great example to share.
So if I had experience with a cutter suction dredge, I might talk about how I regularly inspected the cutter head for wear and tear, replaced worn teeth, and adjusted the cutter head drive system to maintain optimal performance.
Perfect. It shows you're proactive and take pride in maintaining your equipment.
Okay.
A potential follow-up question might be, describe a time when you identified a potential equipment failure and what steps you took to prevent it.
That's where I'd showcase my attention to detail and my ability to anticipate and prevent problems before they impact operations.
And it reinforces your commitment to safety and efficiency,
right,
which are key themes in this interview.
Okay, we've got 2 more questions to tackle in this section.
Okay.
Let's keep the momentum going.
Right.
What's question 6?
This one shifts focus a bit.
Okay.
How do you manage and motivate your team members during the dredging process?
Okay.
Dredge operators often work as part of a team,
right,
and they want to see your leadership qualities.
Makes sense. So I'd be ready to discuss my leadership style, how I delegate tasks, communicate expectations, and provide feedback.
Highlight your ability to create a positive and supportive work environment, encourage teamwork, and ensure everyone understands their roles and responsibilities.
So I might talk about how I hold regular team meetings to discuss progress, address concerns, and ensure everyone is on the same page. And I'd emphasize my ability to motivate team members to achieve shared goals.
Excellent. And don't forget to highlight your conflict resolution skills.
Right.
Dredging can be stressful work, especially when facing tight deadlines or unexpected challenges.
Absolutely.
A potential follow-up question could be, describe a time when you had to resolve a conflict between team members on a dredging project. What was your approach?
This is where I'd showcase my ability to listen to different perspectives, mediate disputes, and find solutions that benefit the entire team.
Exactly. It's about demonstrating your ability to maintain a cohesive and productive work environment, even under pressure.
All right, one more question to go in this section. What do we got?
This one gets into the practicalities of project management.
Okay.
How do you ensure that the dredging process is carried out within budget and on schedule?
Okay.
It's the classic balancing act of time and money that every project manager faces.
So they're looking for someone who can plan, effectively manage resources, and monitor progress. I'd be ready to discuss my experience breaking down tasks, setting realistic timelines, and tracking expenditures.
And mention any project management tools or software you've used to stay organized and keep everyone informed.
I could talk about my experience using Gantt charts to visualize project timelines, track milestones, and identify potential bottlenecks.
Excellent. A potential follow-up question could be,
Good.
What strategies do you use to manage unexpected delays or popped overruns during a dredging project?
This is where I'd showcase my problem-solving skills.
Exactly.
My ability to adapt to changing circumstances, and my commitment to finding solutions that keep the project moving forward.
Exactly. It's about demonstrating that you can handle the unexpected and make sound decisions under pressure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground already, and you're sounding more and more ready to tackle that interview.
Yeah.
And remember, all of these questions, along with in-depth answers and insights, are available on RoleCatcher. It's like having a personalized guide to navigate the intricacies of the dredge operator role.
And the beauty of RoleCatcher's AI is that it tailors the guidance based on the specific job that you're applying for.
Okay.
It analyzes the job description, identifies the key skills they're seeking, and helps you craft responses that directly address those requirements.
It's almost like having a mind reader on your side.
Exactly.
Anticipating the interviewer's expectations and giving you the tools to exceed them.
Precisely. And it's not just about content. It's about delivery as well.
Right.
The AI analyzes your video responses, providing feedback on your body language, your tone of voice, and overall presentation, ensuring you're projecting confidence and competence.
Okay, let's dive back into those interview questions.
Yeah.
We got 2 more to cover.
Okay.
And these focus on the broader aspects of the dredging industry.
Right. Question 8 takes us beyond the technical aspects
Okay.
and asks, can you describe your experience working with stakeholders during the dredging process?
Stakeholders. So we're talking about more than just the crew on the dredge.
Exactly. Think about all the people and organizations involved in a dredging project. Clients, government agencies, environmental groups.
Oh, wow.
Even local communities, they all have a vested interest in the project.
Okay.
And it's the dredge operator's job to navigate those relationships effectively.
Wow, that's a diverse group.
It is.
What are some key things to keep in mind when working with stakeholders?
Well, communication is paramount.
Right.
You need to be able to clearly explain the dredging process, address concern, and keep everyone informed about progress and any potential impacts.
Okay.
Remember, each stakeholder might have different priorities and perspectives.
So I should be prepared to talk about how I've collaborated with clients to understand their needs, worked with regulatory agencies to obtain permits, and engage with community members to address any questions or concerns.
Precisely. It's all about demonstrating your ability to build relationships, manage expectations, and find solutions that work for everyone involved.
Right.
This is where your interpersonal skills and your ability to communicate effectively with a diverse audience really come into play.
Now I'm curious, what kind of follow-up question might really test my stakeholder management skills?
They might ask something like, tell me about a time when you had to deal with a stakeholder who was unhappy with the dredging process.
Okay.
How did you handle the situation?
That's a good one. It forces you to think about conflict resolution.
Absolutely.
And your ability to find common ground.
Right. It's about showcasing your ability to remain calm, listen to concerns, and work towards a mutually agreeable solution. Remember, stakeholder management is all about building trust and maintaining positive relationships, even in challenging situations.
Okay, on to the final question in this section. What's the last challenge they'll throw our way?
This one's a classic behavioral question, designed to assess your problem-solving skills and resilience. Can you describe a challenging situation you faced during a dredging project and how you resolved it?
The dreaded, tell me about a time when question, but I know these can be great opportunities to showcase your strength.
Absolutely. The key here is to choose a situation that demonstrates your ability to think critically,
Okay.
make decisions, and overcome obstacles, and make sure it's relevant to the dredging industry.
So I might talk about a time when we encountered unexpected soil conditions that slowed down the dredging process, or maybe a mechanical breakdown that required a quick fix. What's crucial here?
Focus on the steps you took to address the challenge.
Oh.
Walk them through your thought process. How did you identify the problem?
Right.
What options did you consider?
Okay.
How did you involve your team in finding a solution? And what did you learn from the experience?
So instead of just saying, we fixed the problem,
Right.
I delve into the specifics, how I diagnosed the issue,
Yeah.
what resources I utilized,
Yeah.
and how I communicated with my team and other stakeholders throughout the process.
Exactly. It's about showcasing your ability to analyze a situation,
Right.
develop a plan of action, and execute it effectively even under pressure.
Okay.
And don't forget to highlight the positive outcome, how your actions resolved the problem, minimized downtime, or kept the project on track.
Now that we've tackled all those challenging interview questions, I'm feeling much more confident.
Good.
But before we wrap up, I'd love to hear some advice on how to really excel in a dredge operator career.
Okay.
What does it take to level up in this field?
That's a great question. And RoleCatcher's Career Guide provides some valuable insights.
Okay.
First and foremost, never stop learning. The dredging industry is constantly evolving with new technologies, techniques, and environmental regulations emerging all the time.
So continuous learning is key to staying ahead of the curve.
Absolutely. Seek out opportunities to expand your knowledge and skills.
Right.
Attend industry conferences, participate in workshops, or pursue certifications in specialized areas like underwater surveying, hydrographic mapping, or environmental monitoring.
What about gaining hands-on experience? Any tips for those just starting out?
Well, internships or entry-level positions with dredging companies or marine construction firms are invaluable for gaining practical experience. Even volunteering for projects that involve underwater material removal can provide valuable exposure to the industry.
So it's all about immersing yourself in the field and seeking out opportunities to learn and grow.
Exactly. And as you gain experience, consider specializing in a particular type of dredging equipment or project.
Okay.
For example, you could become an expert in operating cutter suction dredges, clamshell dredges,
Right.
or even specialized equipment for deep-sea mining.
That makes sense. Specialization could open doors to more challenging and rewarding projects.
Precisely. And don't underestimate the power of networking.
Oh, right.
Connect with other professionals in the industry, attend industry events, and join organizations like the Western Dredging Association or the International Association of Dredging Companies. Building a strong network can provide access to valuable resources, mentorship opportunities, and even potential job leads.
Networking is key in any field, but especially in a specialized one like dredging.
Absolutely. And remember, RoleCatcher's AI can also help you identify potential career paths based on your skills and interests.
Oh, wow.
It can suggest related skill guides, highlight transferable skills, and even connect you with relevant job openings.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground today.
Yeah.
Any final words of wisdom for those embarking on a dredge operator career?
Remember, this is a field where you can literally shape the world beneath the waves.
It's amazing.
It's challenging, it's rewarding, and it offers the opportunity to make a real difference in the world, from maintaining vital shipping channels to restoring damaged ecosystems.
Well said. It's about more than just operating machinery. It's about contributing to the infrastructure and sustainability of our planet. Okay, so we've walked through all the interview prep, explored different career paths, and even touched on how RoleCatcher's AI can be your secret weapon in this job search.
Yeah, it's really about taking all of this information and making it your own.
Exactly. We've given you the framework. But what makes you stand out as a dredge operator?
Right. What unique skills or experiences can you bring to the table?
Maybe you've got a background in mechanics that gives you an edge in troubleshooting equipment issues.
Or perhaps you've worked on projects with strict environmental regulations showing you can handle complex compliance challenges.
Those are great examples. It's about identifying those unique strengths and weaving them into your interview responses.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to let your passion for the industry shine through.
Oh, yeah.
Interviewers want to see that you're not just looking for a job, you're looking to make a real contribution to the field.
Exactly.
This is a career where you can literally shape the world beneath the waves. It's challenging, it's rewarding, and it offers the opportunity to be a part of something bigger than yourself.
Absolutely. And remember, RoleCatcher is there every step of the way, providing the resources and support you need to succeed.
Right.
crafting the perfect resume to acing that interview, they've got you covered.
So as you head into your interview prep, think about what makes you unique. What sets you apart from other candidates? What drives your passion for this field?
Because when you combine your individual strength with the insights and guidance we've discussed today, you're not just prepared for an interview. You're prepared for a successful and fulfilling career as a dredge operator.
Well said. This has been an awesome deep dive into the world of dredge operators, and I hope you've surfaced feeling empowered, informed, and ready to make waves in this exciting field.
Best of luck, and remember, you've got this